Um, I'm sorry if it's windy or something because it's very stormy outside and these the walls here are thin, so I can't control that. But tonight, for tonight's Fright Nights, I actually watched a movie that's relatively recent. It's a newer movie. Um, it was created by Mick Garris, and it's an anthology movie called Nightmare Cinema, which, according to Mick Garris, it was meant to be a sole successor to Masters of Horror, that Stars show that was from years ago. It was meant to be a TV show for Stars, but Stars wouldn't take the offer. So they decided the next best thing is to make a movie out of it. And it's on Amazon Prime. At least if you have a Shudder subscription, then you can get it through Amazon Prime. And I actually really liked it. I honestly really, really dug the hell out of this movie. It's an interesting movie because it's kind of like that movie Field Guide to Evil, which is also a movie I really liked. That it's just a bunch of short films made by talented filmmakers and compiled into one anthology horror movie. That's what this is. And I really enjoyed it. I really dug what each of them was trying to do. I really, really like this movie. How do I talk about a movie like this? Because this movie's, again, it's an anthology movie, so it's divided into different segments. So I guess I can start by talking about each segment. So this is going to be a little bit, possibly, of a longer video. But each segment was really unique. I really, really dug the hell out of them. The first segment it was funny because I was talking about slasher movies the other day, and then there's this segment about slasher films. The movie opens with a segment about slasher movies and is parodying and kind of poking fun at the slasher genre while putting a new spin on slasher movies in general. And I actually really, really liked that. I was like, it was funny. It was actually kind of funny. And I mean, I'll say this: there's CGI in there's CGI moments in this movie, throughout the film, and they don't look great. However, I can forgive that because not only am I just thinking, if I made a movie like this and I didn't have a good budget for effects, this is probably what the effects would look like. But that but that's the only gripe I have with this movie, because the rest of the movie I thought was really cool. It was actually pretty good. Damn, the first segment was just hilarious. I like the whole the concept behind it, which is I don't really want to go way too into it. I don't want to go that much into this because I think you guys should just watch it for yourselves. You shouldn't. Oh, God. But yeah, I'll say this about the first segment. I thought it was really, really good. The second segment, I actually did really like. The second segment was, it was this play on plastic surgery. It was interesting. It was honestly interesting, and I liked what it was saying about trying to change yourself with plastic surgery and how awful and kind of stupid it would look. And it's kind of true, because if you've looked up pictures of people who have gone through excessive amounts of plastic surgery, it never looks good. It always looks kind of creepy and weird and off-putting. And I feel like this movie, or this segment, was trying to say something about that. And I feel like it did a really good job. Then you got the third segment, The third segment, I was like, this one's fine. Honestly, the third segment, to me, is the weakest of the bunch. It's a demon movie, or it's a demon story, a demonic possession thing. But I want to say it was paying homage to Italian demonic possession movies, like that movie The Church. I feel like it was paying homage to that. Like the musical score of the segment, the way it looked, the excessive amount of gore. I feel like it was trying to pay homage to Italian horror films. And you know what? I'll respect it for that, but I don't know. It was just, I don't know. I don't know how to feel, if I was supposed to laugh or be scared, because there were moments in that segment where it felt like it's supposed to be funny, but also scary at the same time, and I didn't know how to feel about that. I don't know, like I said, that one to me is the weakest of, I think it's 5 or 6 segments, but I think that one was the weakest. But then I really like the other one, the one that came after it, which was, I want to say it was a take on mental illness and like depression and stuff like that. It was an interesting movie. The movie was interesting in a whole, but it was an interesting segment, and it's hard for me to talk about it because this is a segment you need to watch in order to understand about it, or just it's something you need to see to believe. It is a weird ass segment. But then you get into the last segment, which is I actually thought it was pretty interesting. However, I'll say this, it was a cliched segment. The short film that it uses the segment, it felt like it was trying to be The Sixth Sense in a way. And it did all the tropes that movies like The Sixth Sense have already done. I don't know, it just felt really cliched. And it didn't feel original or anything. But I still liked it, though. I still was entertained by what was happening in it. Even if I've seen this type of story done better. But overall, I actually really enjoyed this movie. This movie was really entertaining, and it's almost a 2-hour movie. So it's a long sit, but if you can spare 2 hours and you have a Shudder account, or if you're like me and you still buy movies on Blu-ray and DVD, I'd say pick up a copy of this. It's entertaining. It's pretty good. I also gotta say, this movie is definitely paying homage to Creepshow. Like, the music, the actual, main score of the movie was very much like the main score of Creepshow. And how it looked like this should have been Creepshow 3 rather than what we actually got for Creepshow 3. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this movie. It's good. It's pretty good. I actually really dug it. So now, crap, how many movies do I have? I think I only have 2. There's literally 2 left, and then Fright Nights is over. So those should be coming out. Those should be coming out tomorrow or tonight maybe. There should only be 1 tomorrow. I want to say there should be 1 tomorrow. So you guys hang in there, and I will see you guys in a bit. And yeah, so goodbye.